So let's get started. Today's agenda will cover an overview of Bigin and Zoho Books. Then we'll have a look at how the integration can help elevate your business, followed by a live demo where I'll show the integration setup and how it works in real time. At the end of this session, we'll be having a Q&A session. What is Bigin? Bigin is a pipeline centric CRM that not only helps the sales team track and manage the sales funnel, but it also provides other teams in the organization to work efficiently by streamlining the entire business process. With the help of Bigin, the entire customer journey can be tracked right from when a customer landed on Bigin till the invoice or payment stage. So let's look at the functionalities of Bigin now. So Begin offers team pipelines for each team to track and manage their specific process. Using Begin, one can send emails and also track the email insights, make calls to customers, and schedule meetings from within the application. One of the main features in Begin is workflow automation. It is used to reduce repetitive tasks to get work done quicker and streamline business processes. Dashboard allow you to get a visual representation of what the business looks like in terms of revenue, calls made by users, contacts created in a particular month, and so on. Begin also offers hassle-free integration capabilities, one of which we'll be covering today. So let's move to Zoho Books now. What is Zoho Books? It is a one-stop solution for managing all your accounting needs and organizing transactions. It could be ranging from invoices, sales orders, purchases, inventory, budgeting, and so on. So what are the functionalities of Zoho Books? It allows you to create and send quotes, sales orders, invoices at the click of a button. You can also collect payments from customers online by using payment gateway integration. It helps you to generate 40 plus reports. It could be anything from balance sheet, profit and losses, inventory summary, etc. One of the main features in Zoho Books is the ability to track inventory and stock levels and get automatic notification when the stock level drops. There is also a dedicated portal for customers where the customers can accept the quote or invoice and make payment for the invoice from within the application itself. So Zoho Books also supports local taxes to help businesses comply with regional tax regulations. So for this webinar session, I have come up with an example of Ace Gifting. Ace Gifting is a startup company and it deals with creating and delivering custom gifts to corporates and individuals for events and occasions. So as business picked up, Ace Gifting started facing operational issues. Before they had a CRM solution in place, all the customer details and order statuses were all over the place. Follow up with customers were not made timely. Deadlines were being missed, and this affected the customer experience. The sales team had to contact the finance team and share all the details with respect to each deal to send out quotes and invoices manually, and this delayed the process. Since each team was following a different process, it was difficult to track what the teams were doing from a management's point of view. Everything starting from creating a contact to uploading every little detail of the customer was done manually. Hence, they needed automation to avoid manual errors. So, before an accounting tool was in place, Ace Gifting faced these challenges. All the estimates and invoices were being prepared manually, and it was difficult to keep track of payments, deals, and transaction details, and as everything was scattered. When the products ran out of stock in Ace Gifting, the team did not know of this, and this delayed the process of order fulfillment. Budgeting is such an important factor for a business. But in Ace Gifting, there was no proper tool to keep track of profit and losses and reconciliation of accounts. As there were a lot of orders to be fulfilled and invoices being sent, finance team did not know the status of which was getting overdue and which needed reminders to follow up with customers for payments. Offline payment were becoming a pain. Hence, Ace Gifting needed a tool to make payments hassle-free. So that's when they chose Begin as their CRM and Zoho Books for accounting of their business. But it didn't stop there. Only when both these tools were integrated, it leveled up their business. So now we'll have a look at the customer journey in Ace Gifting Company. This might not be the same for your business, but we'll be taking this as an example for this demonstration today. So first, the enquiries are collected through forms in Bigin. So these forms are either embedded in Ace Gifting's website, or the form links are sent to customers through emails or any other uh, methods like WhatsApp and others. So, post that, the sales team gets in touch with these leads, calls and talks to them, and qualifies the lead. So, if the customer shows interest, it moves on to the cost negotiation or the quotation stage where the team sends out quotes. So, once the quote is accepted by the customer, an invoice is raised. So once the customer pays, it moves to the next pipeline, which is the logistic pipeline. And on successful completion of the order, it moves to the next stage, which is the complaints or the refund stage. If there are no compliance and refunds, it moves to the customer service pipeline for feedback. So next we'll be seeing how the integration of Bigin and Zoho Books elevated the business and growth in Ace Gifting. So, starting from the sales process to tracking the order status, the payments, the complaints, and the feedback till the support, everything was being tracked. The team was able to upsell their products by keeping track of past orders and setting up timely reminders to follow up with customers. This integration provided visibility to all the teams to see the past interactions, the payment records, transaction status of customers without having to go back and forth on communication with multiple teams. This in turn increased the team's coordination. Since the data is synced between Bigin and Zoho Books, the duplication efforts are reduced drastically. It also helped the team to avoid manual errors and track payments more efficiently. Once the quotes and invoices were shared to customers, Zoho Books provided the capability to set automatic reminders to streamline the process. Now let's check out the modules that get synchronized between Bigin and Zoho Books. So in Bigin, the organizations are called as companies, whereas in Zoho Books, it's called as contacts. In Bigin, individuals are called as contacts, and in Zoho Books, it's called as contact person. The good Let's see the product demo.
Hi, Farah. Farah, we lost you, Farah. Not able to hear you. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the inconvenience. I guess there is a bit of a network lag from the speaker's end. We are currently checking out. Please bear with us.
You able to hear me now?
Yes, Farah, we are able to hear you now. Thank you.
Okay. So yes, this is the home screen which appears once you log into your account. And these are the pipelines for individual teams. This is the pipeline for the sales team. This is for the logistic or order fulfillment team. This is the refund and compliance. And this is the customer support team. So next is the contacts module. Using the contacts module, you'll be able to create a contact of an individual. Let's say we create a contact as Bhaskar. You can give all the details of email, name, or you can give the mobile number, and you can hit save. So once you do that, the contact will get created and you can see the contact here. So we have custom views in Bigin. You can choose, let's say if you want to just see the contacts created last week, you can click on this. The contacts created last week will pop up here. If you want to view the contacts, see the contacts that have not been viewed yet, you'll be able to use this. So these are the custom views. The next is the companies module. Here you can create a company, a new company. You can give the company name. Let's say Stars Gifting. You can give the website and you can hit save. A new company would be created here. So the next is the products module where you can add a product or a service that you sell. So now let me show how to create a product. You can create product as wallet. You can give a product code. Let's say I give it as 10. And you can choose the usage unit. It can be each. And you can give a unit price. Let's say I sell the product for 500 rupees or dollars and hit save. Next is the activities module, which can be used to create a task for follow up with customers. You can create an you can create an invent to schedule meetings and you can make calls as well. So the next is the dashboards, where you can keep track of all the contacts created or the deals won, the revenue, all of that can be tracked here. Next, we'll have a look at Zoho Books. So this is the home screen that appears when you log into your Zoho Books account. So today we'll only be covering the items module, the sales module for this integration purpose. So here, let's create an item. This is how you create an item. Go to new and you can create an item, let's say earrings, and you give the unit as box and the selling price, the price at which you're selling to the customer. I sell a box of earrings for 1,000 rupees, and the cost price is the price which you buy or you manufacture and produce. Let's say the cost price is 500 and I hit save. Earrings would get saved here. The next is the sales module where you can create a customer, which is an individual or a company. So in Bigin, these two are separate modules, which is contacts and companies. But in Zoho Books, it comes under customers. So you can toggle between business and individual here. Let's say I create an individual and the last name as G, and the customer display name, which appears in the invoice or the estimate or the sales order you send. You can give the customer email and hit save. A contact would get created here. The next is the codes. Using the codes, you can send codes. We just created Kanishk. We'll click on Kanishk. We'll give all the details. Let's say we have to send a code to Kanishk for earrings, and Kanishk has requested for 10 boxes of earrings. and we hit as save and send. Quote would be sent to the customer. So the next is the sales order and invoice. And the best part is you can convert this code into an invoice or a sales order right from here. Let's say I convert it into an invoice. All you have to do is save and send. And the invoice will reach the customer. And even in Zoho Books, you have custom views. Let's say you just want to see active customers, or if you want to see, duplicate customers. Let's say you have duplicate records, two contacts saved in Zoho Books. You want to see the duplicates of customers. All of that can be viewed from custom view. Now let's move on to the integration. For the purpose of this integration, I have created a test account. So you have to go to Bigin, go to settings, click on toppings, and you can see Zoho Books and invoice. You can give setup here. So once you give setup here, a pop-up will appear where you can choose the organization. So let's say in Zoho Books, you have different organizations. I use it for ACE gifting and I use it for another organization of this. So I apologize, everyone. There was a network issue. I hope everybody is able to hear me now. You can react and raise hand to let me know. Srinath, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Pala.
Okay. So let's do this again. You have to go to settings, go to toppings, and you can see Zoho Books here. So you can give setup now. So once you give that, you'll have to choose the organization. Let's say I choose gifting company. So the integration is successful. So now what you'll have to do is you'll have to sync the fields with Bigin and Zoho Books. So to do that, you'll have to click configure and you'll see this screen. So now you'll have to choose which are the modules that you want to have a sync between books and Bigin. If you want companies module, you can give just companies, or if you want all the individuals, just the individuals, you can give contacts. If you want both companies and their contacts, you can click the third option. So now there might be just contacts in your Bigin or your Zoho Books account. If you need to add just those contacts also to be synced, you can enable this. So now the next one is choose the view. So now you'll have to give the view that needs to be synchronized. You can either give all companies or you can choose the view. There is, we just had a look at this, the new companies which were added last week or added this week, the recently created companies, all of that, you can choose. So next, so for now, I'll choose all companies. Then we'll have a look at contacts. You can either give all contacts or you can give contacts created last week or this week. So I'm going to be giving all contacts. Next, we'll see how to handle duplicate records in Bigin and Zoho Books. So what do you want to do with these duplicate records? Do you want to skip them? Do you want to clone these records? Or do you want to override these records? It is up to you. So now I'll be choosing override. So the next one is mapping the fields. So like I mentioned, there are different terminologies in Zoho Books and in Bigin. So you'll have to map according to your business. So here, as you can see, in Zoho Books, it's called as company name. In Bigin, it's called as company name. You can choose company name. So likewise, you can go to each field and choose your preferred option. So this is the sync for contacts, which are individuals, and this is for companies, which are organizations. So if you want in Zoho Books, if you want to sync, map the field with first name, you can do that, or you can give last name or title, anything. So you'll have to map all these fields and hit save. So once you do that, the synchronization of fields between Zoho Books and Bigin will happen. Let's just give it a couple of seconds for the sync to happen. So yes, it is active now. You can check out the status here. In case you want the sync to happen again, you can just give sync now and the sync will get initiated. The next one we'll be seeing is the items module. Now you'll have to sync between items of Zoho Books and products in Bigin. So first you'll see which records need to be synchronized. So it's the same here. You can see there are custom filter options available here. If you want active products to be synced, you can give that. If you want all products to be synced, you can give that as well. So let's choose all products. Now we'll have to choose the duplicate records. How do we handle these duplicate records? You can either skip, clone, or override. So I'll just be giving override. Next, we'll have to map the field. In Zoho Books, it's called usage unit. Now here, you can choose as unit. Let's say you have a product code, or if you want to choose, let's say, product category, you can choose that. You can choose the description as description. You can map it. And the product type as product active here. And the item type, let's say description, and you give save. The sync between the products, that products or the service or the goods you sell will get synchronized here. It will take time for the sync to happen. Now let's see how the sync works. So I am going to be adding a new contact in Zoho Books. Say I add an individual and Akhil, and the display name Akhil Reddy, the customer email, all the details and save. Let's see if this Akhil Reddy appears in Bigin. You will have to click on the contacts module because we have created a contact. And you can see here a contact is created and the sync is instant. So in the same way, let's create a business and see if it gets synced. The business name could be High Garden Company, or you can give the same here, High Garden Company. You can choose how you want the company name to be displayed in the invoice or quote or sales order you send. You can give the customer email, or you can give the website as highgarden.com. And let's see, the contact has been created. Now you'll have to go to the companies module because we have created a business. Now let's see if High Garden Company. As you can see here, the company is created, synced in Bigin. It's the same with the items module as well. You can go to items module and you can create a new item. Let's say I create an item as socks and the selling price is 100, the cost price is 50, and I give save here. Now you'll have to go to the products module to see if socks appears here. Let's just give it a second. So the thing is, the sync interval between Zoho Books to Bigin for contacts and companies is instant, and for products it will take time. But if you want the sync to happen instantly, all you have to do is go to the Zoho Books module, go to the sync and give sync now. Once you give that, only in the products module this takes time and the sync will happen instantly if you go and give it manually. So the next we'll see is how from Bigin a quote and invoices or sales orders are created. So for this purpose, I will be just choosing a contact or a company, an organization. And as you can see, there is a new module here. If you have not integrated between Bigin and Zoho Books, this module will not appear here. It will stop with files. Since the integration is in place, you can see the Zoho Books module. So right from here, an estimate can be created, a sales order and invoice can be created. Now let's create an estimate and let's see if that gets synced in Zoho Books. So I am going to be creating an estimate to the Open Journal for a box, and I'll be sending a quote for 20 boxes. You'll have to send the quote. And now the quote is sent. So you can see the status of the quote here. So if the quote is just sent to the customer, it will show you as sent. Now let's go to Zoho Books and see, let's just check the quote number. It's 10, the one which we just sent. So here you can see the quote appears in Zoho Books as well, and the sync is instant. So right from here, you can convert this quote into an invoice or a sales order. So as I mentioned earlier, there is a customer portal option in Zoho Books. Let's have a look at how this appears for a customer. So this is the home screen of the portal, which the customer can see. In this portal, the customer will be able to track the invoices which you send. So we just sent an invoice to the open journal. This is the customer's view. The quote is 10, and we have sent a quote for box. Quantity is 20 and the price. So if the customer is happy, the customer will accept the quote. Now let's see what happens when the customer accepts your quote. So you just have to refresh page in Bigin and you can see the status here. It shows accepted. So now I will convert this into an invoice and send it to the customer because the customer has accepted my quote. So once I send it to the customer, it will show as sent here. The invoice which is sent is number 15. You can see the same in Zoho Books. And now I'll show you how it appears for the customer. So for the customer, you can see the invoice is shared today. The date is today. The customer can open the invoice and see the entire invoice, and what the customer can do is make payments. So in Zoho Books, you will have to go to settings and you can enable online payments. So there are payment gateway integrations which are supported, which are like Paytm and Razorpay. Once you give setup now, it will get reflected in Zoho Books. So once you set up the online payment integration, the customer will be able to see the pay now option. So once the customer makes a payment, it will appear here as paid. As you can see, there is a status here as paid. So for now, it is only sent. So this is how the integration works between Bigin and Zoho Books. So your sales team can use Bigin and send estimates or quotes right from here, and your finance team can either track the status from Bigin or they can do it from Zoho Books as well. In case you are facing any issues or if you are not able to set up the account, we have support available for you. Once you log into your account, you will see the need help option here. You can click on the need help option and you can see either schedule a call or you can email to Bigin, or you can also check out the help links available. You can go to the help guide. It will take you to the page and you can let's say type Zoho Books, and all the details regarding the integration will appear here. It's the same with Zoho Books. So let's say this is the home screen of books. You are working on it and suddenly you face any issues. All you have to do is just go to your profile and you can see the help documents, or you can either send an email to the team. You can find an accountant from here. You can explore all the features. You can see video tutorials. Everything can be done from within the application itself. And Bigin also has a mobile app available, mobile version, which can be used by all your users, and the same can be done with a mobile version as well. So I hope this session was useful to you. Now we'll move forward with the Q&A session. I'll pass over to Srinath and Swaminathan, the product experts, who will be answering your queries.
Thank you, Farah. Okay, there's a question from Sai Murugan on we are service provider and what unit to select and how to add unit of measurement. From books angle, selecting a unit is not mandatory, and in case if you want to add a unit of measurement, you can add your custom unit of measurement. Let me show you how. I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, if you go to books, in that when you add an item, there'll be a option called units, and in that, if you click on the drop down, there'll be something as configure units, and in that you'll be able to add a new unit of measurement as per your requirement. So this option of adding a new unit of measurement is possible inside Zoho Books. And the other question from Jacqueline Reed, do you have to put a price in for the item? Okay, from the books angle, it is not mandatory that you have to put a price for an item, but we would recommend you to put a price to an item because once you put a price to an item when you create an item, the prices gets automatically fetched in when you create an estimate or an invoice. You don't have to manually put in the price for the item each and every time. So this will help you in reducing the time that you spent in entering the price, and that will help you in streamlining the process. But to answer the question, you don't have to necessarily put in the price for the item, but we would recommend you to have the price for both sales price as well as the purchase price when you create an item within Zoho Books. Um, there is a question from Arafat Shaikh. What's the difference between tax invoice and a sales order? Okay, in a business, let's say you are the vendor and you reach out to a customer, and when you are about to deliver your product, as in once the customer accepts your quotation, you send him a sales order stating that this is a confirmation that these are the things that you have ordered and I'm going to deliver. So that is the sales order. Once the goods get delivered, you issue an invoice to the customer so that he can make payment for it. So that is the difference between the sales order and invoice. In a business scenario, the workflow will be like sending a quotation. Once quotation is accepted, you send a sales order, and once the goods are delivered, you send a tax invoice to a customer. There's a question from Sohail Sharazi. How we can bold the headings and estimate or invoice terms and conditions? Okay, from the books angle, we have something called as template customization. So there's you can go to the settings, and under templates you have all the modules listed, right, from estimates, invoices, recurring invoices, bills, and so on. Whichever transaction you would like to customize, you can click on that. There'll be a settings option to customize, and in that you will have the option to change the font, change the type of the how the look and feel of the transaction, which is estimate or an invoice. Here you can add extra custom field. We can change, or you can adjust the font size and font of the headings and so on and so forth. This is possible uh, in Zoho Books under the customization templates within Zoho Books. Hi Kajal, your question is, can we export Zoho data into Tally ERP? Uh, not sure what kind of data you would like to export to Tally ERP. What we can request you is, you can drop us an email, and we can first understand what is any the reason for exporting the Zoho data to Tally ERP, and what kind of data that you want to transfer. So we can help out on that. Do let us know. Maybe you can drop us an email at support@zohobooks.com, and we can answer your queries offline. There's a question from Srinath. How can we enter journal entries in Zoho Books? See, whenever you create a transaction inside Zoho Books, the journal entries automatically create, be it an invoice or an estimate or a bill. But if you want to create a manual journal entry, on your left panel you will find chart of accounts, and in that you will find manual journal, and there's an option to add manual journal, and you can click on that, and you can add your respective journal entry inside Zoho Books. There's a question from Kumar Jayaraman, and we are making customized products. How can we manage items price? Kumar, whenever you are adding new items, you can add price associated to that, or let's say if you want to sell a customized product to a customer who's a recurring customer of yours, and if you want to add discounts to him, or if you want to mark down the price, we have an option called price list inside Zoho Books, using which you can associate a customized price for a customized item for a particular customer. So whenever you create a transaction for that customer, the items, the markdown price of the one that you have given will be automatically associated. um, Apart from this, if at all there is any other requirement that you have, please do let me know. There's a question from Kajal. We want to export the Zoho Books data to Tally ERP. How can we do that? So in Zoho Books, you have an option to export your data. So you can either export module wise, or you can export the entire data depending upon your requirement. So let's say you only want to export one of the module, which is invoicing module. You can go to invoicing module, and on top right you will see the settings, the hamburger option with three horizontal lines. If you click on that, there will be an option called export data. You can click on that, and you can export the data in the required format, which is CSV or XLS, and you can export data for your data transfer. But yeah, there's a question from Ganizani. Does all versions of Zoho Books Online have online payment integration? When it comes to online payment integration, we have integration with one most popular payment gateways such as Stripe, PayPal, and a few more for the to checkout, authorize.net. And based on regions, we also have a few other local payment gateways. For example, in India, we have with Paytm, Razorpay, and in UK, we have Go Cardless, and so on and so forth. And there are also a few payment gateways that are integrated with Zoho Books via Zoho Marketplace. We support popular payment gateways, and in certain regions we also support the local players as well. Yeah. There's a question from Baji. Hi, can we send partial invoices, or can we have a record of the total price for partial invoice? Yes, see, we have something called as partial payment option. For example, let's say you are sending an invoice to your customer, and you want to record a payment for the same, and he or she has only paid partial amount. So when you record the payment for for the corresponding invoice, for example, the invoice is for $1,000 and they have only paid for $500. If you record payment for $500, the status automatically gets changed to uh, due to partially paid. And once the customer has paid the invoice the full amount, then we can again record a new payment received, and then the invoice status gets changed from partially paid to paid. So this is possible inside Zoho Books. Hi, Sandhya. So again, this whole session is more from the Zoho Books and Begin integration angle, but I can help you with reconciliation. What I'll do is I'll share you relevant links on how you can do end-to-end reconciliation with Zoho Books. You can just have a look at it and get an understanding of how it is done. If you have any questions, please feel to drop us an email and we'll help you out with all your minute details.
Are there any other queries that needs to be answered, Srinath and Swaminathan?
I'm just checking for it. Maybe we can be live for another 2 more minutes and then we can. There are new questions, then we can close the session.
All right, okay.
There's a question from Kumar Jayaraman. Is it possible to use or link our bank payment gateway from Mashrak Bank apart from Zoho Books default? That is not currently available, Kumar. You can just connect your Mashrak Bank with Zoho Books and fetch in your bank feeds. But you have to use the default payment gateways associated inside Zoho Books and make the payments or collect the payments. Yes. Hi Rajesh, this question from Rajesh. Can we get invoice-wise profitability in reports? How we can? As of now, we don't have that capability, Rajesh. We have sales by invoices, for sales by item or sales by customer, using which you can get the entire report. But invoice-wise profitability is not currently available.
So I think we've come to the end of the session. Thank you everyone for joining the webinar today. I'll be sharing the recording with you through an email. Thank you.
And in case if you have any questions related to Zoho Books, please do drop us an email at support@zohobooks.com. I repeat, support@zohobooks.com, and our team will help you out at the earliest. Once again, thank you so much, Farah. Thank you, Srinath, for taking the time, and thank you everyone for being a gracious audience.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sami.
Srinath.
Also, if you're having any questions in regards with a Bigin, you can just drop an email to support@bigin.com. Let me repeat it. It is support@bigin.com. If you're having any questions in regards with Bigin, you can just drop an email to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinath. Thank you, Swaminathan. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a great day. Bye.